Welcome to the program Power to Unite with Elvira. Andito po tayo at kakaibang matutunghayan po ninyo sa pag-interview natin kung sino siya. Siya po ay walang iba kundi si Giuseppe Cardinal Versaldi. Siya po ang Prefect po ng Congregation of the Catholic Education. Ano kayang pag-usapan natin? Bakit andito po siya sa ating bansa? Siya po ang subaybayan niyo sa pagbabalik ng Power to Unite with Elvira. Eminence, thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed. I know you have a very busy schedule when you arrived in Manila. But first, I would like to know, who influenced you to become a priest?
Especially my family, because I entered into the minor seminar at 11 years old. But there were two previous episodes which I consider very meaningful, even though are very personal. The first episode was recalled me by my mother, because when I was born, the assistant of my birth and my mother's birth, immediately I saw my hands. My mother told me that she exclaimed, "These are priest hands."
Oh, I see. Okay.
The second episode, I remember very well in this case, was when I began my elementary school, primary school at 7 years old. And as was used in our schools, the teacher was a woman,
yes,
asked each of us, "What do you want to do when you will be adult?"
Yes.
And I remember very well, it was the first to answer, say without any hesitation, "I would like to be a priest." So 5 years later, I entered into the seminary with the very strong conviction that this was the only way I can realize myself in my life, because apart these two episodes, all the climate of my family was a climate of Christian family, and I began to follow my mother in the church. I have a sister also, and every day when I was on altar boy, I followed the Mass and all other liturgies in my parish. So it was something so spontaneous, no?
Yes.
And I never had any doubt about this choice. So now I can see the hand of the providence looking for me and guiding me in this direction. And then we completed all the studies in the minor and then the major seminar, and I was ordained priest almost 50 years ago. The next year I will be my golden jubilee.
Wow, congratulations.
So I am always very thankful to God, grateful to God for having indicated to me this direction of my life.
So, how about your father? What is the work of your father?
The father was, especially in the first years of the life, less present in the house because his professional work brought away many
lot.
hours a day. But he also was very important for me, especially when I was adolescent and I began to distinguish between the mother and father. And so my father gave me good suggestions about my studies, for example, because he also studied when he was young, and encouraged me to be very serious and to be very dedicated to the choice I have
Chosen.
Yes.
It seems very natural for you to dedicate your life as a priest, and you never regretted it,
No,
right?
no doubt.
Yeah. So there is a calling. You feel there is a calling.
This is an existential way to be called, not through the direct voice of God, but through the facts, through the providence, existential providence in my life was so very clear. And I am very grateful because I was the first to enter into the seminary. After me, other boys,
In
my
that
friends,
region,
yes,
in the village.
same village,
Ah,
entered
okay.
into the seminary. So it was a season of very good vocational
Call.
attitude in my village.
So all of them become a priest?
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
So when you decided to become to enter seminary, to become, a priest, what is the reaction of your mother? Is she happy? Because you're the only boy, you know?
Yeah, she was very happy because her faith was so strong, and her desire that I may be a priest was very clear also for me. But I remember after 3 years, when many of the other seminarians finishing the first cycle of the study left the seminary, my mother asked me if I wanted to continue or not, and she told me, you must be free, because it is your choice. And I remember very well that moment, and I replied, I have no doubt, Mother, I continue. So it was another crucial moment.
Of decision.
And so my mother was very anxious that may become priest, but no, she didn't force me to, and she gave me the opportunity to have a free choice.
How many years were you in the seminary then? Where did you study? What did you take up?
Yes, 5 years in the minor seminar and 7 in the major seminar. And so I'm very grateful also to all the superiors of both of the minor and the major seminar, because the atmosphere was severe at that time before the Vatican II.
Yes.
But it was also joyful and giving responsibility to grow as a human person, dedicated to the prayer, to the studies, and also to the sports, because we have a possibility now to play soccer, which is the most important sport in Italy, and also to walk. And it was a very good atmosphere, because the minor seminar was in the country. When we passed to the major seminar, was in the city, in the town of Vercelli. And but the last 2 years of major seminar, I was appointed to be assistant in the minor seminar.
Oh, okay.
For the young people. And so it was the first responsibility I had, and it helped me to grow also before becoming priest.